We are back now, 8:14, with a true icon, opening up about her life, her career as well. Christie Brinkley has graced the covers of hundreds of magazines. She's acted in movies and TV shows and inked million-dollar beauty deals for decades now. Well, now she's an author as well, sharing her story in a deeply personal new memoir called, appropriately, Uptown Girl. It's her own account of growing up in California, the ups and downs of life in the spotlight, the reality of the runways, and love and heartbreak as well. And Christie's here to talk all about it. But first, a look back at her storied career. For more than 50 years, Christie Brinkley has been that supermodel, gracing more than 500 magazine covers, from Glamour to the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit edition, appearing for the first time in 1979. But before she was a household name, Christie was just a California girl. Growing up, Christie surfed and loved to paint. She dreamed of moving to Paris to become an artist. When she was just 19 years old, she did just that and moved to Paris. But once there, she was discovered by an American photographer at the post office. Christie booked her first cover within a week. Her legendary career includes a 25-year contract with CoverGirl Cosmetics.
That CoverGirl face.
Acting in TV and blockbuster movies like National Lampoon's Vacation. And she captured hearts in 1984, starring in the music video for Billy Joel's hit song, Uptown Girl, forever attaching Christie to that nickname. A year later, Christie and Billy got married, and soon after welcomed their daughter, Alexa Ray. But behind the picture-perfect smiles, there was trouble, and Christie and Billy ended their marriage after 9 years. Christie's family grew by 2, Jack and Sailor, with her next 2 husbands. At a time when many models stopped working at 30, Christie wrote her own script, continuing to model in her 40s, 50s, and landing her 4th Sports Illustrated Legends cover last year.
Looking fabulous means having energy.
Now, in her 70s, Christie Brinkley says the best is yet to come. Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thrilled to be here. Loved the reel.
Well, we had a lot to work with. We had a lot to work with. I was watching you watch yourself, and it seemed like you were feeling something there. What was going through your mind and your heart?
Oh, yes. I mean, writing a memoir is a very emotional experience. And you're reliving. I mean, I've been doing this career for over 50 years. And so it takes you back, all the people, the places. Yeah, it's...
You kept journals for the better part of 6 decades, roughly.
Yes.
And the memoir comes from those journals.
Yeah.
And you said at one point that you found yourself being thankful for the bad things that gave you courage.
Oh,
explain
absolutely. My life, like writing it, I realized that my life is sort of like that movie, Sliding Doors. Mm-hmm. And where certain things happen that if they hadn't happened the way they did, the next thing wouldn't have happened. And some of those things that happened weren't good things, but either the lesson that I learned from it or it could either, teach me something or propel me to have the courage to do something just to say, see.
What were some of the bad things and the lessons that they taught you?
Well, the bad things were the divorces, and each one had kind of a different lesson in it. And I reacted to each one of them in a different way, but I always kept moving forward. And this book isn't so much about the divorces, but how to get through those bad times and write yourself a great script and just keep moving forward and keep, stay positive and fill your life with adventure and not be afraid of failure, because failure also is you at your most unique and original, and there's lessons in that as well.
One of my takeaways from the memoir is Christie Brinkley loves love.
I do.
You've been married 4 times. Are you still open to more love now?
Yeah, I mean, I've had more than 4 loves, but I married 4 of them.
Right. How many loves would you say you've had, if you had to estimate?
Well, I mean, I fall in love at the drop of a hat, so I have to be careful.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Even now, you still fall that quickly and love that hard.
yeah, I can.
Why? Why do you think that is?
Well, I do love love. I do love being in love. There's nothing better.
Yeah.
But I also came to realize that there's so many kinds of love, and you know, there's the love of your friends, your family, and even my definition of family has shifted over time. And I just feel like, you know, I realized through some of the scarier events in my life that love is the most important thing in your life. It simply is. And you always, at every moment, want everybody you know that you love, that you love them. I'm going to get all choked up. But really, honestly, if you can live your life like that, you've got something great going.
The title of the book, of course, one of Billy Joel's most famous songs, and you write about Billy in the book. Obviously, you write about your marriage. You were one of the most famous couples in the world for a long time. Not to give away too much in the book, but what would you say happened to that love?
Yeah, I would say that I still love him. The love is still there. We just had, you know, things that kept us from being able to continue to live together at that point. It was the best thing for us to do. But he's a great guy, you know. He is a great friend. We've had so many wonderful years together. And formative years, you know, like years where we couldn't believe the paths that our lives were taking, you know, and so that's something you just never forget. So
before I let you get out of here, I do want to ask you about something else you write about in the book, because again, you've been on roughly 500 magazine covers. You've been in films, you've been in television shows, but you write about having some issues with how you perceived your body. Has that changed over the years? Are you in a better place with that now? Because you're posting bikini pictures on Instagram, even in your 70s.
You know what? I'm so much easier going on myself now. But when I first came into the business, I was trying to conform. I was trying to be what I thought they expected. And I just wasn't. I was much more athletic, I like to call it, you know, or a little bit more voluptuous, a little fuller, you know, and ironically, the things that I worried about were the things that set me apart and actually gave me this wonderful career. And so, yeah, and looking back, I realized, like, looking back at some of the pictures, I could remember being there squirming, like, what do I do with my hands? Oh my God. Oh, let me move this. I'm going to tilt my hips this way. And but one day I overheard Julie Campbell, the famous, you know, woman that invented the Sports Illustrated swimsuit thing, and I was squirming. It was my first shoot there, and I was like, didn't know what to do. And she goes, "Wow, she can really move."
Oh my gosh, Christie's coming back in our next hour. So, Christie, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
The memoir, Uptown Girl, it is out tomorrow. We're going to continue this conversation next hour.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.